What it do? It's crew. Hey man, listen, today we are back with a full card prediction for UFC 307 Pereira versus Rountree. We got a hell of a card, folks. We got a hell of a card coming up. Obviously on the card, we've got Alex Pereira fighting Khalil Rountree. Got Jose Aldo. Kayla Harrison's on the card. Joaquin Buckley and Wonderboy are on the card. Kevin Holland's going to be on the card. And the rest are nobodies. Let's get into this, dude. I'm going to go straight down to the prelims. Let's get it going. First fight of the night, we got McGee. What a great name. Versus Tim Means. Now, guys, I don't want to get you excited that, you know, the king is back. Like, the best predictor on YouTube is back. But I watched tape for this card. I broke down the outside foot battle, guys. All right? I'm feeling good. All right, guys. First pick, I'm going to be saying Tim Means wins this fight by unanimous decision, 29-28. I think he's going to hurt McGee very early on. McGee's a little bit chinny. He's hard to finish, but he is, like, he has been cracked a couple of times in his last few fights. I know he trains at elevation. I feel like the way that this fight's going to go is Tim Means' striking and technical abilities are just better than McGee's. Like, he's got better Muay Thai. He's got very good striking. He's got good timing as well. And I feel like early on, he's going to hurt McGee with like a knee in close, maybe a little right hand in the pocket. Probably get a knockdown early on and win the first 2 rounds. But because McGee trains at elevation, you know, it's an old head battle in this matchup. And I feel like McGee's just a little bit less haggard of an old head. And he's gonna clutch up in round 3 with the cardio at Salt Lake City elevation. Obviously, we saw him against Claudio Silva, using the cardio and shit like that. So this is something that he does, bro. If you don't KO him in round 1, he is, like, there the entire fight. I feel like Tim Means is not going to KO him, but he is going to hurt him and win round 1 and probably win round 2 as well, just getting a good flow. And then McGee's going to clutch up in round 3, use his wrestling, you know, go full Trey Ogden mode for my fellow Apex enjoyers out there. I think Tim Means is going to win 29-28, but I could see McGee winning. I'm going to say Tim Means wins that shit, though. Another absolute banger here on the card, boys. We got Carla Esparza versus Tecia Pennington. I should just do this whole video as McGrath. Mate, fuck this fight, yeah. Seriously, bro. Thoughts on Tecia Pennington, mate? I don't give a fuck. What would I do against both of these two? I'd stuff the takedowns, bum, 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 and then lock up a fucking dash choke. Yeah, I'm going to pick Carla Esparza. I'm going to pick Carla Esparza to grind out a decision in this one. You know, you can say what you want about her, but she, like, had decent success trying to take down Weili Zhang. She lasted a round with Weili, which is much better than she should have, considering, like, the way that she fights. She causes 0 damage unless you're Yan Jiaonan and she just puts on a fucking masterclass. But Tecia Pennington, like, arguably got robbed against Tabitha Ricci, but her biggest weakness has always been getting wrestled. Like, she looked better against Mackenzie Dern and against fucking Tabitha Ricci, but at the same time, that's what lost her those fights, was just getting wrestled, getting pushed against the fence. And nobody stinks up a card quite like Carla Esparza with some grappling, dude. So I think Carla Esparza is going to ride out into the sunset. Just a real legend of the MMA game, and I think she's going to get a 29-28, potentially split decision to end her legendary and illustrious career. I'm going to say Carla Esparza wins this one, but it's WMMA, dude. Like, it's WMMA. You know, that's all that needs to be said, all right? And headlining the early prelims, man, this guy... I prayed for this, and it happened, dude. Ryan Spann KO'd my boy Dominic Reyes. Look who's laughing now, buddy. Oh, I didn't even try in my last 2 fights. Well, maybe you should have. Ryan Spann, he's on the prelims, and he's going to be fighting OSP. I'm picking Ryan Spann to win this fight, dude. I think he is going to brutally KO OSP. I like OSP. He's a very tentative fighter because of his age and his chin. Like, we've seen this guy get KO'd by Jamul Hill, Felipe Lins, Tanner Boza, Dominic Reyes KO'd him at the end of their fight. He was another OG of the walk-off decision in that one. OSP's chin is just cooked. That's what this comes down to. Ryan Spann has 0 fight IQ, 0 game planning, 0 strategy in his mind whatsoever, but he is aggressive, he is explosive, he is powerful. Like Anthony Smith said, if he had 10% of Ryan Spann's athleticism, he'd be a world champion. You know what I'm saying? It's such a backhanded compliment. Yeah, Ryan Spann, I just feel like he's too big, he's too powerful. especially early on. Like, you can point to the Johnny Walker fight and even losing to Nikita Krylov. Like, he has bad fight IQ, but those are ranked level UFC contenders. And Ryan Spann was winning those fights before he fucked up. You know what I mean? So I feel like against OSP, you're not going to get a guy that has power like Guskov or Walker that can, like, weather the storm and KO you after you make some dumb mistakes. I just don't think his chin can take it. So I think he's going to be a little bit of a boring kind of pedestrian start to the fight, and then Ryan Spann is going to brutally KO OSP at the end of round 1 or early round 2. Yeah, I think Ryan Spann's going to get a KO in this one. So let's move on. We got Cesar Almeida versus Ihor Pereira, bro. I almost want to pick Ihor Pereira, dude, because Cesar Almeida's been crushing some cans, boy. But then again, he had a very close fight with Roman Kopylov, and I would pick Roman Kopylov to absolutely destroy Ihor Pereira. So I'm going to say Cesar Almeida wins this one by TKO, but I'm very not confident in that. I'm not confident in Almeida. He's old, but he's training with Pereira. He's been in the Pereira camp, so I would assume he's been at elevation for the past couple of weeks as well. And he is a nasty striker. Like, he will find a finish in close. He will find good shots at range, even against Kopylov. Kopylov had to turn wrestling against him, so that just speaks to the level of striking from Cesar Almeida. Ihor Pereira, he is explosive. He is dangerous early on. He is better than people think. Like, he's only lost to, like, pretty decent competition in the UFC. Like, Pereira lost to fucking, who did he lose to, man? Like, Rodolfo Bellato, I believe he trains with Pereira as well. He lost to Carlos Oberg. That's not a bad loss to have. So, like, he and Michel Pereira, you know, like, those are all good losses to have. But I just, yeah, I don't see it with Pereira. I just feel like this is one of those matchups coming off a recent, like, bad loss. Like, he got completely destroyed by Michel Pereira. That was like 5 months ago. Yeah, I think Cesar Almeida is going to be able to crack him early on, and I think he's going to be able to finish him. And I feel like he's going to have a cardio advantage in this matchup as well. Yeah, so for that reason, I think Cesar Almeida round 2, round 3, TKO. Maybe up against the fence, starts ripping some body shots, some knees in close, and the ref kind of calls it. That's my prediction for that fight. Cesar Almeida by KO. Austin Hubbard, he's back, man. UFC legend Austin Hubbard versus Alexander Hernandez. I remember, I don't know if you guys remember this. There was a fight night not that long ago where Alexander Hernandez was the co-main event. He was coming down to 145. He was fighting Damon Jackson. Now, I don't know if you guys know a lot about Damon Jackson. That's the guy with the Kamaru Usman hairline as a white guy, which is just, it's the only way the Kamaru Usman hairline gets worse is if you can, like, really see it. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't rate Damon Jackson very highly at all, and he completely melted Alexander Hernandez. And that happens to Hernandez. I'm picking Austin Hubbard by decision. I know that Hubbard's probably the underdog. He's kind of been, like, mixed results in the UFC. I thought he was doing well against Kurt Holloway before he lost by submission, I believe, in that matchup. But the thing with Hernandez is he's a fast starter. He's still training with the same team. He's still doing the same things. He is good at lightweight. Like, his cardio is slightly better at lightweight, but we're talking about Salt Lake City elevation. Hernandez is fighting a pretty low-ranked lightweight, like a guy that, based on Alexander Hernandez's personality, this guy definitely thinks this is an easy fight for him, or this is my comeback. So I think Alexander Hernandez is going to hurt Austin Hubbard early. I think he's going to maybe get a knockdown in round 1, empty the tank, and then he's going to get out grappled. He's going to get his back taken. He's going to be grinded out and lose round 2 and 3, in my opinion. I think Austin Hubbard is going to just capitalize on the classic Alexander Hernandez fucking downfall. Empties the tank, thinks he's the GOAT of lightweight, which he has flashes of being, and then he's going to gas out, slow down, get out grappled, just kind of like sit against the fence, trying to get up, have some explosions, gas out even more. I think Austin Hubbard's going to win this fight with a grinding kind of decision. Pause. No diddy. Yeah, I'm picking Austin Hubbard, man. Co-main event of the prelims, we got Marina Rodriguez. I used to be a big Rodriguez glazer versus Yasmin Lucindo. My brain is telling me Marina Rodriguez is going to win this fight. Like, she's just a better technical striker. I've seen her beat, like, Amanda Hebas. She fucking destroyed Michelle Waterson. That was a pretty good performance. But outside of that, she's been pretty mixed in her last couple of fights, dude. Like, she got TKO'd by Amanda Lemos, and I know that was kind of an early stoppage, but it's Amanda Lemos. Like, She's powerful, but I don't rate her at all. I think Lucindo is like, I'm going to pick Lucindo by TKO. I feel like Lucindo is going to win this fight. I feel like Marina Rodriguez's age is going to catch up to her eventually, and I feel like that might be happening right now when the only win in your last 4 fights is Michelle Waterson. You know what I'm saying, dude? Like, that's basically every fighter that fought Waterson in the past 2 years. So I don't really rate that performance as much as maybe other people would. I'm going to say Lucindo's age, her aggressiveness, she's going to be able to just get on the inside of the counter-striking style of Marina Rodriguez. Rodriguez does have power, but I think I can see her maybe having good success, slowing down as the fight goes on. The age kind of being a big factor in this matchup, especially against someone that's 22, where even if they have bad cardio, it's not going to show as much, because when you're that young, you can really push yourself hard in a fight. Like, it's just not, like, it's really hard to have shit cardio when you're in your early 20s. And I think Lucindo's aggressive style and her power is going to be a big factor. I think she's going to get into a brawl with Rodriguez. And I feel like this is one of those matchups where you, like, look at it on paper, you go, oh yeah, Rodriguez wins, but then the fight actually happens. You're like, oh, never mind. She's just 37, and yeah, she's just not that good anymore. I don't know. I don't know why I'm picking Lucindo. It only has a little bit to do with Lucindo kind of looking more like a man. I'm not gonna lie to you. And being Brazilian. All right, more Brazilian than Marina Rodriguez. Let's move on. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Joaquin Buckley. You guys know who I'm picking for this one, dog. I think Joaquin Buckley is about to put on a great performance in this fight. I'm picking Joaquin Buckley 30-27. I think he's going to be bobbing and weaving. I think he's going to be darting in and out, jumping in and out of range from Wonderboy. I think he's going to be quicker than Wonderboy. I think he's going to be able to explode with takedowns every time Wonderboy tries to sit down for that shifting kind of left hand down the middle. And I feel like once you get beat with grappling, like we've seen so many fights now for Wonderboy where the takedown defense is good, but it's not good enough. You know what I mean? And even against smaller welterweights like Gilbert Burns, you know? Bilal Muhammad completely had his way with him. I know Bilal Muhammad's the champion, but like the path is there. And I feel like the way Joaquin Buckley fights, he has power, right? He's almost like the reverse of a Merab. Like, you know how Merab can sometimes have good moments striking because of the takedown threat? I feel like Buckley can have good moments wrestling because of his power on the feet. Like, he swings and lands some big right hands and hurts Wonderboy. It's going to be easier for him to duck low and shoot takedowns, which is what he's been doing in his last 2 fights really effectively. I think Wonderboy will do good defending takedowns against the fence, but I feel like Joaquin Buckley's the type of guy that's going to shoot more in the open and just run him down. Similar to how Tyron Woodley used to do it against Wonderboy. I think this is just a bad matchup for Wonderboy, and I feel like at elevation, this could be another factor with a guy that's 41 years old and probably going to be doing a lot of wrestling in this matchup. Yeah, I'm picking Joaquin Buckley to win this by 30-27 decision. I think he's going to have a really, really solid performance. I really rate Buckley at welterweight. I know a lot of people don't, but I'm on the train, man. So my prelim predictions, I got Joaquin Buckley, I got Lucindo, I got Hubbard, I got Almeida, and I got Ryan Spann, Carla Esparza, and Tim Means. All right, let's get to this main card. Oh my god, bro. This is a fight that just pisses me off, dude. These are 2 fighters that I just cannot stand to watch. In one corner, you've got Roman Dolidze, who fights like fucking Shamil Gaziev at middleweight. Just stands around smiling menacingly. Alright? With his fucking hair transplant. And in the other corner, you've got Kevin Holland, who's just clip farming the entire time. Just standing around, talking shit, jumping punches, not doing anything. Soon as you land any shots or take him down, he's just giving up the round. Doesn't care. Wants to pretend like he doesn't care. It's a mid-off. That's the only way to describe this. It's a mid-off, okay? I'm picking Dolidze by decision. I think Roman Dolidze is going to push Kevin Holland into the fence, look for takedowns. He did. I don't even want to say the phrase. Roman Dolidze showed an improvement, but he actually shot takedowns and wrestled against Anthony Smith and took him down and out-grappled him. Like, he's actually this guy's discovered how to fucking shoot a takedown now after, what, 16 fights, bro? Usually he's just, you have to, like, take him down yourself or knock him down and follow him to the ground, which is a possibility for Kevin Holland. I could definitely see Holland doing that. I don't like this matchup for Holland. He's been submitted a couple of times in the UFC. His defense is not very good. His chin is a big factor, but we saw him get cracked against Mikhail Oleksiejczuk and get dropped. And I feel like Roman Dolidze does have that kind of power that he could do that as well. And yeah, I just feel like once Roman Dolidze gets this to the ground, he will be in control. Like, he will be able to get to the back of Kevin Holland and control him, lay on him in half guard and beat him up. I don't think Kevin Holland's super urgent when it comes to getting back up to his feet. And I think Roman Dolidze's chin and durability and just his little fucking tank frame means we're not super likely to see Kevin Holland like drop him. I don't know. I think Kevin Holland could have some success early on. But yeah, I'm going to pick Roman Dolidze to win this fight by decision. Yeah, it's going to be a stinker though. Mark my word, this will be a fucking stinker, dude. I think Roman Dolidze is going to fraud it up. But yeah, he's going to beat Kevin Holland, in my opinion. Let's move on. We got Vieira versus the Caleb Harrison dude. All right, this is a pretty good fight, man. I'm gonna pick Cayla Harrison. I think that even though Vieira is kind of underrated, I've always thought Caitlin Vieira is pretty good. You know, like she looked good when she fought like Miesha Tate. You know, I know Miesha Tate's old, but she beat her pretty clearly, right? And she is one of the bigger bantamweights. Like I remember when she fought Irene Aldana, I was like, damn, this motherfucker's big, bro. But we're talking about Cayla Harrison, dude. And I feel like Cayla Harrison's ability to get fights to the ground and just completely mog people in the grappling. I think it's going to be hard for her to submit Caitlin Vieira, but I think she's going to get her down, get on her back, and she might try and submissions, but I don't think she'll get it, and I think she'll just switch to just ground and pound. So I'm going to say Cayla Harrison wins this via ground and pound, round 1 or round 2. Look for some submissions from the back. Realizes she's not going to get it, starts dropping elbows and hammer fists, and then she has a good call out for the winner of the co-main event. So I'm going to say Cayla Harrison by TKO in this matchup. Let's move on to the featured fight. We got Jose Aldo in the building. We got Jose Aldo in the building, my brother, versus Mario Bautista. Now, I'm hearing that I'm hearing Batista's the favorite in this matchup, dude. And I'm here to tell you right now, I'm picking Jose Aldo by decision. 30-27. Clean performance. I just feel like he's a level above the guys Mario Bautista's beaten on his win streak. I know he's on like a 6-fight win streak, but it's fucking Jose Aldo. Like, I don't know what else to say. This is Jose Aldo we're talking about, dude. You can't take him down. He has 91% takedown defense. Like, Marab couldn't take this guy down. No one else could really take him down. This kind of reminds me of the Pedro Munoz fight. Like, I feel like Bautista has good output. He has solid wrestling and like nasty jiu-jitsu as well. I feel like that's probably his best weapon. He's really talented. Like, he mixes things up really well, but I feel like Aldo is just going to stuff takedowns, block most of his shots, rip him to the body, land good combinations. The crowd's going to go absolutely fucking mental every time Jose Aldo touches this guy. Yeah, I really don't see a way that clearly Bautista wins this fight. Like, some fights, it's kind of like, well, if Bautista gets him down, it's over, right? I don't see him getting down Jose Aldo. I think Jose Aldo is still top level, like top 5 level in the UFC. I could see Bautista maybe winning round 3 if Jose Aldo slows down, but he doesn't really slow down at bantamweight either. Like, he had a crazy fight with Petr Yan, but outside of that, his cardio looks good at bantamweight compared to featherweight, where once he left round 2, he's gonna slow down. Like, it's not the same at bantamweight. So I just feel like Jose Aldo, too well-rounded, gonna box him up. Maybe lands 1 or 2 big leg kicks. The crowd goes crazy. I feel like that's such a big factor too. Every time Jose Aldo touches this guy, the crowd will go absolutely fucking mental. And the judges are going to score that huge. So I just feel like Jose Aldo will stuff takedowns, beat him up to the body, rip him with uppercuts and hooks. And he's going to win this by 30-27 decision. Maybe he mixes up a takedown of his own. He looked really good against Martinez. I feel like it's going to look like that. All right. Co-main event. Oh, man. Raquel Plebington versus Juliana Pena. What do I even fucking say about this, dude? I know there's a guy in my comments that's asking for the outside foot battle breakdown of this. Let's get into it, man. I'm picking Raquel Pennington to win this. I actually have notes on this fight. Usually for the women's like title fights that are shit, I just write down one word. I've written down a paragraph about this. I think Raquel Pennington is going to win a close decision. Juliana Pena is going to cry robbery, even though she's going to get schooled in the striking. I genuinely believe Pennington will look good striking against her. That's how shit Juliana Pena's striking is. Yeah, Pena will cry robbery. No one cares. Promise you, no one's going to give a fuck. I just don't see it with Juliana Pena. She's got aggression. She's got decent cardio because she trains with the GOAT Bilal Muhammad. But her grappling's very overrated. Her striking is genuinely fucking laughable. Like, genuinely laughable. No, I'm not trying to exaggerate. She literally fights like a worse version of Derek Brunson. She's actually... I would pick Derek Brunson to confidently school and outstrike Juliana Pena in a boxing match. Okay? Pennington, on the other hand, yes, she has the fighting and championship lifestyle of a fucking cockroach. Like, she's just survived in the division long enough to be champion. Just like Juliana Pena survived long enough in the division to somehow fluke a win against fucking Amanda Nunes when she didn't even deserve the title shot. She had 2 wins. Or 1 win, I'm pretty sure. Like, she was 1-1. It's just like, I just don't see it with Juliana Pena. Pennington's on a 6-fight winning streak. You can say what you want about her. She is the female Anthony Smith, but she beat Mara Bueno Silva, Macy Chiasson, Ketlin Vieira. I think they're all solid bantamweights. I feel like most people would pick all 3 of those to beat Juliana Pena right fucking now. I just feel like she's going to look rusty. She's going to look goofy in the striking. She's going to get her takedown stuffed because Raquel Pennington was able to defend the grappling of Mara Bueno Silva. She went 5 rounds pretty easily in that fight as well. She's gone 5 rounds, I think, a couple of times in her career. Yeah, I just feel like she's going to blob max her way to the decision. She's going to stuff the takedowns of Juliana Pena. She's going to get to her back and hold her against the fence. I think she's going to outbox her. And she's going to unleash a unanimous decision, maybe a split decision that kills the fucking sport. And Juliana Pena will have minimal success. Maybe she'll just run and punch her a couple of times. That'll be that. But outside of that, I really don't see anything from Juliana Pena in this match. I don't know why she's the favorite. Main event, boys. Main event. And a lot of people are saying, Bedtime, are you going to curse Alex Pereira? There's no way you can curse Pereira. I'm going to try my best. I'm confident Alex Pereira is going to win this fight by knockout. And when what it really comes down to is his precision and his ability to corral people into the strikes. Like, his ability to move people around with his striking. I think Khalil Rountree is going to do better than Jamal Hill because of his speed. And he does have decent footwork. But I think his striking is really highlight reel padded. Like, you actually watch him fight. He was being competitive with fucking Anthony Smith, getting walked down by Smith. I think Pereira's going to pressure him so easily because of that, dude. I think Pereira's footwork is better. I think without the threat of a takedown, Pereira's going to be able to pressure him with no takedown threat whatsoever, push him into the fence with body shots, that jab to the body, swinging big hooks. And I think it's going to look similar to how he pressured and finished Israel Adesanya. Like, I don't think Khalil is as accurate as Izzy. He's 39% accuracy with his striking. I don't think he has the technical defense of Israel Adesanya to roll with punches and counter off the fence. I think he's going to get backed up to the fence. I think he's going to get beat up. I think Pereira's chin is going to look fine if he gets cracked with anything because he's not cutting down to 185. He's got great counter-punching abilities. Like, he can slip and counter with his hooks and shit like that. And I feel like the way that this fight's going to go is Pereira's going to jab to the body. He's going to rip up. He's going to land calf kicks. He's going to go body shot, body shot. He's going to clinch with Khalil and back him up to the fence. And I feel like what's going to happen is he's going to back him up to the fence and he's going to land a fucking flying knee against the cage. I think we're going to see a flying knee KO from Alex Pereira in this matchup. When Khalil Rountree gets backed up, covered up, and tries to swing a right hand up the middle. Khalil Rountree ducks his head a lot when he's boxing as well. So I feel like Pereira is going to unleash a brutal fucking flying knee up against the fence. That's my prediction. Round 2, round 3. Jab to the body. Maybe jab up top. Swings a big left hook. Khalil dips back into the fence. Pereira pauses for a second. Flying knee. Khalil just fucking goes down like Johnny Walker. I think it's going to be a brutal KO. That's my prediction, but hey, we'll see how I go, boys. Let me know what you think down below. What's your predictions for this card? Rate it out of 10 what you think it's going to be. I think it'll be decently entertaining. I don't think it'll be, the best pay-per-view of the year or anything, but I think it'll be alright. It'll be a fun day of fights. I will be streaming during it, so come hang out with me if you want to. And yeah, boys. Thank you for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe if you're not already. Drop a like. Go follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Bedtime MMA. And I will see you guys in the next video, boys. Goodbye.